One's life can be easily wasted away in non-consequential, time-passing, filler, short-term hedonistic experiences. It's a blessing to enjoy the little pleasures in life, but it's also perilous to lead a life consisting of only isolated pleasures and experiences that are not or cannot be chained together in any way, shape, or form. Essentially, a life spent as a passive spectator through and through, watching as the years go by. That feels like an egregious squandering of the most precious gift that we've been given, life. Chaining experiences together and compounding them into a product that's much more than the sum of its parts is one of the most intriguing, addicting, and most of all, rewarding parts of life. Building up years of study to land a job that takes one out of poverty, raising a child into a full-grown adult, building relationships consciously into heartwarming friendships or a loving family, writing an article or book that not only helps oneself but also many others, building a successful company based on years of networking and experiences. All of these require a considerable amount of deliberate actions where experiences are chained, aggregated, and combined together in novel ways that add value to a system. Value is produced. Best of all, society rewards you for that. If something you produced is deemed to be of value and is consumed either directly or indirectly by a fellow human being, then you can be compensated in currency, recognition, access, friendship, amongst others. And as the products of your labor expand and compound, then interesting non-trivial effects start to happen. For example, in my case, both an article and a presentation resulted in interesting job offers, and I could have hardly have predicted that. Discipline, self-reflection, and the hard work to plan and aggregate different actions and experiences are the most important ingredients to consistently produce value. If this would be easy, everyone would be doing it by default. And that's why the self-help business is so profitable. This difficulty stems from our inherited behaviors that optimize towards immediate gratification. And this worked so well for our late ancestors that these traits got passed down throughout the ages and now are an essential part of our species. However, in the context of modern society, where resources and entertainment are abundant, these traits backfire, and when left to their own devices, can easily stray one into a life of misery and value bankruptcy. Just like any other muscle in our body, self-discipline requires consistent and intentional work to stay strong. But relying solely on willpower for that is likely not enough. Willpower is a very scarce and limited resource. So in order to protect it, one can set up an environment to block out all frivolous distractions and non-consequential immediate gratifications. For example, in my case, I don't have any video subscriptions because I've come to realize that most movies and series add little to no value to my life. And I've blocked out video games and distracting websites from my computer using the Cold Turkey app, and every time that I want to unblock them, I need to insert a very long phrase. Also, I've expelled all the junk foods and sugary foods from my home. And all of this because I acknowledge and accept that I'm dealing with a very limited supply of this very precious resource. Remember, any time spent on overindulging consumption is time not spent producing value. So build this production muscle. Create a habit of self-reflection and journaling. Organize events at work, with friends or loved ones. Write an article or publish a video that others can see and judge, like for example this video. Welcome accountability and responsibility, or clean your room. Likely all of these are available to you now at zero cost. Make a habit of replacing non-consequential consumption with fruitful production. Start anywhere. Start now.